Welcome to Brox and Max. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Today we are going to talk about the infamous 258. Some of you that have subscribed may have seen a couple videos of it running and driving around the yard. I might as well tell you a quick short story on it. It is a 62 258 with a 220 Cummins in it. How you can tell that it's a 62? Naturally, wham, right there. All of the 1962 model trucks, no matter what model it was, had this little script right here for the 50th anniversary, being that Brockway was first built. Motor trucks were first built in 1912. So this is the 50th anniversary truck. Not this particular 50th anniversary truck, just 50th anniversary year. I got this out of Pittsburgh, PA. Long drive to go look at this thing, long drive to figure out if I wanted it. It sat for about 30 years, I would say, just judging on some things about it. The guy that I bought it from, he's up there in age and he remembers using it, and it was, you know, a while since he had it running last, which I know what that means. It's a while. I know what a while means. And it's just got remnants about it that it was not touched for a long time, but it is there. It's very, very original. When I first looked at it, the other part was to make sure that it would free roll so I could get it transported here, and it did not free roll. And I don't know if any of you truck guys that have watched the videos saw the maxi chambers dangling off like that. I attempted many attempts to get these brakes freed up. Now this is the old style brakes, meaning it's not a quick change. It doesn't have the half moon holes on the brake linings like you would normally have. It's got the full on eyelets inside the wheels there. So with my attempts of backing off the first generation maxi chamber, which I have no clue how to do, I made an attempt, it did not work. So then I brought out some other tricky tools and got the rear of the maxi chamber apart to get that completely off, because of course these slack adjusters do not adjust anymore, being the 30+ years of sitting in the same spot, which I was not upset about. Don't get me wrong, I have no hard feelings towards the guy that I bought it from, because I'm just assuming that Brockways have been out of business for, well, let's do some math here, almost 50 years. So this is the 50th anniversary truck of it being in business. Meanwhile, Brockway has been out of business for almost 50 years. I find that quite ironic. But anyway, I ended up having to take the tires off, jack the truck up, take the tires off, beat on the brake drum to attempt to get just a piece of paper in between the brake linings and the brake drum to get the wheels to turn. So after beating, mind you, it was 90 degrees, but that's another story. Banging on back and forth here with a hammer, gingerly, don't want to bust off the casting on these hubs, but back and forth, finally got it to spin over by hand, ×2. But in all fairness, it was my choice to buy this truck. I have no regrets. It did come home effortlessly. The guy grabbed a hold of it with his winch on his trailer, pulled it right up on, and delivered it to me with no issues at all. It runs good. It really does. We push started it with the backhoe with, I don't even know how old the fuel is, 30 years, 40-year-old fuel. Fired right up like it was just running yesterday. I was amazed. Now, if you thought the 158 was bad, there is no room in here. This is a 220 743 cubic inch NH Cummins, and it's in there. This sounds good. There you go. It's in there. How do you even adjust the valves in here? It is a mechanic's nightmare. Everybody likes Brockways as antique pieces, but I think that's why you don't see mechanics around anymore, because they're long dead, because they were working on these things day in, day out, and they pretty much hated life. And they probably took years off their life doing this. Now, mind you, I am a Brockway enthusiast. I like New York State made pieces. So this is just something in my collection that I enjoy. There is a plan to get this, give this a little facelift, maybe get it roadworthy. Not quite sure, being that today's times, this is cool. This is like a cool thing right here. That original patina paint and all that it's promoting here. I do not know if this is the original bumper or not. I don't think it is, but it's very, very fitting to the truck. It's got a Schuler front end, which I'm not too excited about because you can't get front end parts for these trucks anymore. But regardless, 258s, they're a little bit rare. Rare doesn't necessarily mean good, but nevertheless, it did survive, and I'm happy to own it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Have a nice night.